guys, welcome to our edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to Market Marauders, the investment channel helps you to find the best deals in the market. If that's something you're interested in, make sure you smash the subscribe button down below, like, comment, and share. Now today uh, has been a pretty big day as far as earnings are concerned. Tesla had their earnings today, just a little earlier today. I'm just going to go over my synopsis of what I believe the future is for the company and how they actually performed in earnings. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Now, they ended the day today at 1592.33. Their moving average 10 is 1594.79. Moving average 50 is 1601.90. And their moving average 100 is 1594.47. So, if we look on here, we can see that that's represented by the purple line is moving average 100, which is $1,601.90. So we see that right here. And if we look at the chart, it looks like, a lot of people sold off right before the earnings came out today. But it looks like towards the end of the day, people kind of bought back in. The amount of volume that came back to me, was, pretty large compared to the amount of sell-off. So I definitely see this running back up tomorrow, especially after listening to the earnings and seeing how that went. Um, and let's jump into some background information on the earnings. This is the Q2 update 2020. So this is basically what they released. It's on their website if you're looking forward to it. But the main part is Tesla was profitable, which means that they are now eligible to be a part of the S&P 500. Now, it's not, the end all be all. So, people may be buying it based on, you know, oh, now they're eligible to be in the S&P 500, so I'm going to buy it. Doesn't guarantee that they're going to be in the S&P 500. They still have to be voted in, and I think that process is due to end by September. So I think any part of that process or any time from now until September, when the committee meets, then they can vote them in. And I don't think they tell them. They don't say, "Hey, we're giving you a heads up. You got in." I think it's just once you're in, you're in. Um, and so that's still the next process. And then after that is battery day. So, looking forward to that to see, the million mile battery, basically see the development. And I'd also like to see, a tour of the facility. So it's not just, battery day, but it's actually a tour of the Fremont facility. It is an in person, uh, you know, event. So, people keeping their social distance when that is going on, but it definitely be an interesting day as far as that's concerned. Let's jump into these earnings and let's see what they actually had going on. So it says automotive revenues quarter over quarter went up 1%, um, which of which regulatory credits 21%, automotive gross profit 0%. Well, gross profit 0%. This is quarter over quarter, but if you see on here, it definitely was profitable. Year over year is 30%, and gross margin is negative 12 BP. And year over year is 653 BP. Total revenues, we see quarter over quarter increased 1%. Total gross profit quarter over quarter increased 3%. Year over year was negative 5%, and total gross profit 38% year over year. Uh, Operating expenses shows negative 1% year over year, negative 14%. So, not too bad. Definitely a lot better than I thought that they were going to do, in my personal opinion. Not the greatest, but once you consider all the things that they had to counteract, when I listened to the press, to the call, basically saying Elon was saying, they had to fly in parts from different places. Got a real solid team of people who are, working around the clock trying to get these cars delivered. And nobody, can predict the whole pandemic situation that happened. So, for them to still, be profitable after all the stuff that's gone on, to me, is still an amazing feat in itself. So on here it says cash, quarter in cash and cash equivalents increased by 535 million quarter over quarter to 8.6 billion, driven by free cash flow of 418 million. Free cash flow was negatively impacted by a higher percentage of deliveries occurring towards the end of the quarter compared to prior quarters, as well as an increase in government rebates and regulatory credit receivables, which are paid in accordance with their payment terms. Since vehicle production resumed in Fremont and Nevada in early May, our days payable outstanding was not impacted as much as initially anticipated. So going into operation summary, we see out here production 6,326 for Model S and X. For Model 3 and Y production, we see 75,946, which is total production of 82,274, which quarter over quarter went down, but to me that was expected considering all the things that were going on. That number is still pretty high because companies like Ford and GM and companies like that were definitely closing doors. Um, and furloughing a lot of people. For a company to be producing, numbers like this to me are impressive. Model S and Model X deliveries was 10,614. Model 3 and Model Y deliveries were 80,277, and total deliveries 90,891. So, pretty decent numbers in my personal opinion, considering the fact of all things that were going on. They also have, supercharger stations, supercharger connectors, solar deployed, storage deployed, things of that nature in here numbers wise. But, the manufacturing of cars is the main delivery and production is the main one, that people definitely, hold to how their numbers are growing. So they have their Berlin factory. They've began breaking ground on that. So excited about that going on. I definitely see more developments in the future as far as that's concerned. It's in construction. They put in development. So in the Fremont facility, capacity 90,000 current for S and X. For Model Y, they have 400,000, and in the Shanghai, they have 200,000 in production for the Model 3. They're going to add the Model Y to the Shanghai factory. It says in construction. Then at the Berlin factory, if you are wondering, the Model 3 and Model Y will be produced there. In the new U.S. factory, which I think is the Austin, Texas factory that they were talking about. It's going to have the Model Y, the Cybertruck, which to me, is pretty cool. And then it just says United States, the Tesla Semi, and the Roadster. So it seems like, the three big new vehicles that they're rolling out, the Cybertruck, the Semi, and the Roadster are all going to be U.S. manufactured, which I think will help the company in the long run because you don't have to go and get them from other sources. And to me, the U.S. customers are going to be the ones who are going to be ordering the most of these. So, um, you know, definitely a good move for that, in my opinion. Um, they gave an update on the autopilot and full self-driving, the vehicle software, the battery powertrain. You all can go read that on that article. I'll drop a link to this article down below, so check that out if you want to read it. I'm just skimming over some of this. So this is a picture of the Shanghai factory, and this is some of the inside of the Shanghai factory. It says Model Y factory interior, Model Y factory interior. And then this is the Model Y factory. Well, this is the Gigafactory construction um, in Berlin. So if we go down here, this is the render of what it'll look like when it's completely done. But this is real-time photo of the actual space itself. And it's pretty large, a lot of land. And definitely excited to see this complete and possibly a tour of that in the future. So that being said, it's just some synopsis of everything that's gone on. The next thing to look forward to, the main things is they got their fourth consecutive quarter of being profitable. and now they're considered for the S&P 500. For me personally, I think the stock's going to shoot up, just based on that. Now it's not a guarantee they'll be in the S&P 500, but I think it's definitely a big milestone for the company. And the next thing to look at is Battery Day. So Battery Day is going to be on uh, September 15th, and it's going to be at the Fremont factory. So, just look forward to that. I'll be looking forward to that. When they have the battery day, I'll definitely make a video on that, explain all the things that are going on, and, a breakdown of their million-mile battery. Drop a comment down below and tell me what you guys think of Tesla. Do you think the stock's going to go up? Do you think it's going to continue to go sideways? Or do you think it's going to go down tomorrow? And what do you think of the numbers that they actually produced for this quarter? Uh, Good luck trading to you all out there, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.